Patintero. Outdoor play keeps children active and might help them improve their physical stamina and fitness. Playing outdoor activities can also help them improve their muscles and bones, boost their immunity, and reduce the risks of various ailments such as diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Outdoor play, on the other hand, can help them enhance their vision. Prepare your butterfly fingers and enter the grid for Patintero. Children will be tagging, avoiding, and giggling as they try to cross from one side to the other in this traditional Filipino game. Patintero is a traditional Filipino children's game, also known as harangang taga or tubigan. It is one of the most popular outdoor activities for children in the Philippines, along with tumbang preso. Patintero is more than just a team sport. It helps players improve their gross motor abilities, hand-eye coordination, and strategic thinking. The game also encourages teamwork. Patintero is not only a great workout, but it is also stimulates the development of critical thinking and tactical planning in today's young children. Patintero comes from the Spanish word tint, which refers to the drawn lines. Because the grid lines are typically formed by soaking the ground with water, it is also known as tubigan, tubiganay, or tubig-tubig. The game mechanics are referred to as harangang taga or harang taga because the game requires no equipment to play, but for an official game. Bring chalk to create lines on the ground and maybe a whistle and a stopwatch to create a time limit. Patintero and a starry night are inseparable. A beautiful night, whether on the streets or in the countryside, draws youngsters out of their homes eager to play tag. Patintero is popular among youngsters throughout the island, in both the north and the south, in great cities and little villages, in the past and in the present. While it began as a children's game, adults like playing Patintero when the starry night is too gorgeous to spend sitting inside the house. Patintero is one of the most popular street games in the Philippines. Samahang Makisining, INC, invented time-based scoring similar to basketball in 1997. Each squad consists of 6 persons. Patintero is played on a ground-drawn rectangular grid. The rectangle is typically 5 to 6 meter long and 4 meter broad. By drawing a center longitudinal line and 1 or 2 across lines, it is partitioned into 4 to 6 equal portions. The offensive player's purpose in the game is to get as many people through the court as possible without being tagged by the defense players. If an offensive player is tagged by a defensive player, he or she is sent to the end of the recycling line to await his or her turn. We may learn the virtues of being on time or punctual, cooperating, and making choices swiftly and efficiently through playing Patintero. We learn to be on time or punctual while we play Patintero because the opponent is watching our every move. Players like you must be on time to advance to the next stage or level of the game. We understand the importance of working together with our colleagues in order to outperform our opponents. A group or team must work together so that 1 or 2 people may finish the game. A single player's victory or defeat impacts all of the members. We learn to be determined in order to reach each level that our opponents are defending. While your opponent is obstructing your path, you make every effort to go to the other side. You learn to be resolute and not to give up in this way. We learn the importance of being decisive. Decisiveness entails making swift yet effective judgment. To advance to the next level, we must decide whether or not to cross the opposite side. How to play Patintero. First, prepare yourself and others and review. This is to know the play and steps and no one will be left out while playing. Second, draw a massive rectangle on the ground using chalk. This is for clarity and it must be divided into smaller rectangles also. Third, the players should form 2 teams with an equal number of players. One team plays defensive and guards the other team against passing the lines. The two teams make up the guards and the runners. Fourth, the guards assign a player to the lateral line in the middle and others in horizontal line. This is to guard and block each line or square that the opposite team will cross onto. Fifth, runners go back and forth. The objective of the runners is to get across to one end of the big rectangle and back without being touched or tagged by a guard. 6. Both feet on the ground. The guard should ensure they have both feet on the ground before tagging their opponent. Otherwise, it will not count. 7th, out of line. No players that are blocking and guarding in the rectangle should step out of line, because that will mean they are disqualified. 8th, tagged out. Once a runner is tagged, he or she gets out of the game. If a runner makes it across the big rectangle and back without being touched with the butterfly fingers, they earn a point. 9th, all tagged. Once all the runners of a team have been tagged, it's game over. And lastly, another round. The teams then switch sides and the runners become the guards and vice versa.